flashing? It's flashing. It's working. Okay, so go ahead and start doing whatever you're doing because you have
Okay, I'm gonna back up this box.
Okay, so when I was watching the show, one of the things I loved the most about it was the props that you had. Because I'm in my 40s, and I remember slideshows with the carousel. So was that integral to your setup of doing the show when you wanted to talk about your grandpa? Because I loved it. I thought it was absolutely necessary having the carousel and the slideshow and the images from all the wartime, the 1940s. Could you have done the show without it, or no?
I don't think so, because that was the starting place of the show.
Right.
So initially, when I started developing the show, I was gonna make a puppet show about Alzheimer's.
Right.
And I took a box of objects that I thought would be good
Yeah.
to make the puppet show out of.
Yes.
And I took them to a dramaturge,
Yes.
and I took the objects out of the box, much like I'm doing right now, and I told him the story about my grandparent and Alzheimer's. And I said, I want to make this show, and this is what happened. And after I was done unpacking the box of objects, he said, I think that's your show right there. You get a box on stage, and you unpack it, and you tell the story through the objects.
Yes.
And that's the way it went.
Now, this is going to sound like a very strange story, but how do you feel about this new idea that there are hoarders, people who continue to hold on to things? And I do believe that, to a certain extent, all of us are hoarders to an extent, and it's because we attach so much meaning to the things in our lives that we don't want to throw them away because they are physical memories.
Yes.
So now it's 2013, and we have Instagram, and we've got Twitter, and we have Facebook, but people don't write letters, and they rarely ever develop their photographs. What do you think is going to happen to the memories of the people who are in their 20s in 2013?
Well, that's a really good question.
Yeah.
Gosh, well, I think we still, I don't know if people will be sentimental about their iPhones in 40 years. They might be. It's hard to imagine that right now.
Yeah.
But I think that there's always power in objects. And that's the way that I come to puppetry is through, that I think that objects have power. Like, I think that this holds memory.
Oh.
And so it tells me a story, and then I tell that story.
Yeah.
So I think that there still are things like that. There's always going to be things like that for people. Things that mean something to them, that they put their personal feeling or love into, and then I think the object holds that. So I think there still will be those things.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know if I answered your question.
No, I mean, it's a complicated question with a very difficult answer.
Yeah.
Now, this might be the hard question. Your grandfather had Alzheimer's. Does your father worry about getting Alzheimer's? Do you worry about it? I mean, you were doing those exercises. I believe all of us are a little worried whenever we forget things. We all do it. There was recently a study that came out that said that children who were breastfed are less likely to develop Alzheimer's. Do you think that they're just grasping at this point because we just don't know how to keep it from happening to us?
Yeah. Well, here's a spoiler alert. My grandfather did not have Alzheimer's. My grandmother did. And and it's my mom's mother
Okay.
who had Alzheimer's. And so when I wrote this story, I tried to write the story about my grandma. We have the same birthday. She meant a lot to me, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't write that story. So I changed it to a grandfather. And then a whole different story developed through that. So this is it has the same emotional core for me, but the story plot goes somewhere else than my own original story. But it comes from the same place.
Yes.
But my mom, I think, does worry about it, and I worry about it with her. And she's fine. Both my parents are fine. And I worry about it.
Of course.
For sure. And when I originally wrote the play, there was a point when I sort of thought, who am I doing this for? Like, am I doing this as therapy for myself? And when I changed it to a grandfather from a grandmother, so does my mom.
Yeah.
She's seen the show a couple of times, and she's really strong.
Yeah.
She's good.
Well, this is a beautiful story to show your children,
Thank you.
and thank you very much.
Thanks, Andrea.
You're welcome. Have a great rest of your run.
Thank you.
Thank you.